Hello, Capricorns. All right, Capricorns. Capricorns, we are coming up on a new moon, new you. Let's get into it. All right, Capricorns. So you may be watching this video on the 25th of January. I do have January 25th, 2025. Okay, so 125, right? So 25 is a powerful number all into itself. 2 and 5 is 7. We know 7 breaks down to that tower card, tower number. So you're having everybody's having some kind of an awakening, but there's also something very special happening with 6 planets on the 25th. I have that information on my community page. Go check it out. All right. You can go see that on the community page, right? So on my channel. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Coming back, welcome back. This video is for the 26th of January through the 2nd of February. So on the 29th, we start a whole new cycle, right? So, but on the 30th, Uranus goes station direct. So we're going to talk a little bit about the 11th house. That's right. The 11th house. I'm talking to you wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart. Capricorn is in your birth chart. We talked a little bit about houses before, and I may emphasize houses a little bit more because a lot of times people think I'm talking to you just your sun, moon, rising, Venus, but I do emphasize in my readings I'm talking to all placements in your birth chart, wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart, all placements. So the 11th house is about friendship and community, right? Community, family, community, work, community, friendships, right? So people toss that word around a lot and don't have a true definition for friend, right? So friends and allies, teamwork, common goals, hopes and wishes, right? So this emphasis on like the 11th house in particular is you tend to look for loyalty from friends and return it in good measure. So this is something you can write down because we have, like I said, Uranus is going to go on station direct on the 30th of January 2025. It's been retrograde for the last, I want to say, 4 months. And so your approach to friendships will emphasize consistency and longevity. You all are a very hardworking zodiac sign, very hardworking zodiac sign, very serious zodiac sign. You all are practical, hardworking. You all are team players, right? You all are responsible. You're self-disciplined, self-control, great managers of people, money, and time. Very creative sign, right? And so you should expect the same in return. I mean, you can also add more to that, but there should be an expectancy from now on. We are in the year of 9. We had a full wolf moon in Cancer. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac and the money sign. Cancer is the mother and money sign. We're not talking about just paper and coins money. I mean, paper and coins for money. Money is a form of energy. Money, time is money. So who you're spending time around. If you're still around people who are shady, keeping you in the dark around stuff, about stuff, you finding out stuff at the last minute, people are still not telling you things and you're still considering them as friends just because of the length of time, something is very wrong. Something should be very wrong. So very wrong. Family members, they telling you stuff at the last minute, something should be very wrong. Either you're not asking enough questions or something is wrong, right? So let's get it. Let's do it. Let's start out with a number here. So make sure we get some good news here. Make sure we get some good news. It's time to balance it out. Time to balance it out. Should be an expectancy here. So, and sometimes you can put things in like a joking way, like, like for instance, if you know this, you have a friend or somebody you consider as a friend, let's say for instance, you have an event and they usually don't tell you all the, tell you everything that's, they invite you to something and they usually don't tell you everything. You can say to people do it all the time, like even jokingly, like, you have whenever you invite people to stuff, you don't tell everybody all the details. You sure you letting everybody know everything, right? Like the location, is it parking? Like you can ask more questions. Is it parking for everything? Is it well lit? Is there a cover charge? Like you can ask questions. make sure they got it all covered. That's a part of being a part of the team, right? You don't have to be shady about it, but if you know they're a person that don't have everything covered, you can be a team player too and just ask questions, right? Without even being shady, to make sure that they're covered. They got their bases covered too, right? If you're part of the team, a part of the team player, make sure they got their bases covered to help them out too. Because some people, they miss steps. You know, you want steps 1 through 10. They be skipping stuff, like missing teeth or something. Like they be missing stuff. You're like, okay, they don't ever have everything on point. Like, what's the problem? So yeah. So my health is a priority. My body is my temple, right? So my health is my priority. My body is my temple. Yeah. Some people just, they don't tell people stuff, right? Yeah, my body is my priority. My health is my temple. So, all right, let's start out with an angel number here. Let's start out with an angel number here. Yeah. Yeah. Be in a relationship with somebody, ask people up front, you know, when was the last time you got tested? Like, when was the last time, you know, you want to know stuff. Like, you want to know stuff in advance. Okay, so yeah, so like, what was the pandemic thing? Like, you know, that separated everybody. Like, oh, did you take your C shot? Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, did you take that? Whatever, right? So that seemed to separate a lot of people during that time when it was, you know, very popular, right? So that could be something. But anyway, so let's get into your reading. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get into your reading. Influenza, right? And those kind of things. But anyway, so let's get into it, right? You know how you hear people say, oh, certain like diabetes runs in people's family, and some people say that, but it really is diet, like what people eat, those kind of things, certain types of foods people eat, instead of people say certain things run in their family, when really people are eating certain foods. Their diet is what really runs in their family, right? So anyway, so let's get into it. So your health is your priority, mental and physical health to run in your family, right? So your body is your temple. So let's get into it. So 483, inner acceptance. So receive self-love. So 483, inner acceptance, receive self-love. The quickest way to find acceptance in your life is to first gift it to yourselves. And I talk about this all the time. Pour into yourselves. That's your moon sign, right? And then your angels notice that if you need to work on positive self-talk and self-care. So sit in meditation right now with your hands on your heart chakra. Repeat this mantra a few times until it begins to sink in. I receive self-love. So 483 is your number. I receive self-love, right? So one of the things about this wolf moon that a lot of people experience, and it was revealed to you about you. It's easy to find out things about other people, gossip, especially when you're around familiar spirits. They seem to know, familiar with everybody else's secrets, supposedly, but they don't want to expose things about that. That's a creative time. They could be uncovering things about themselves, wonderful, exciting things about themselves. A lot of people have discovered this full moon that we had in Cancer was an amazing time that people could have created goods and products for themselves that could have, it was an amazing time for people to make a lot of money, find new jobs, find love, look for homes, create. We had a full moon in Cancer. Cancer is already ruled by the moon, and it was in Cancer, so that was double creative energy. But instead, a lot of people found themselves being around people who were creating drama instead. What a waste of water. What a waste of creativity, right? So this is where people can, like I said, we're closing out this cycle, find themselves saying, okay, as we're closing out this cycle, entering into this new moon, new you, saying now that you have been around energies who like to use their water, waste their water to create drama, gossiping, jumping on bandwagons, becoming familiar with toxicity and tainting other people with toxicity. Source is saying you're going to use this time as we're closing out this cycle that ends on the 28th of January. One, to go take a look at these 6 planets that you're going to see on the 25th. This is great. Grab your binoculars, whatever. Go take a look at that on the news or whatever. That's one. That's exciting. But then another thing you can do is think about this new you as we're entering into this Uranus going station direct, is think about your 11th house, which speaks to friendship and community. What does your tribe look like, your soul community? What kind of soul community do you want to attract? Again, it goes to you tend to look for loyalty from friends and return it in good measure. Your approach to friendship and will emphasize constancy and longevity. Who moving into this year 9, moving forward in your life, do you want to be around who you feel like is a part of your team? Team Capricorn. You, Team Capricorn. You work hard to be a part of other people's team. Who do you want feel like, okay, they are part of your team, where you are on your journey right now, where you feel like, oh, I watch tarot, I have gemstones and crystals, I'm lighting my candles, I'm this and that, and them not looking at you like you got horns coming out of your head and you got a pitchfork in your closet. Let's go. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see. Yeah, if you're talking about health, we're talking about mental and physical health, not just your physical health. That's your physical body. We're talking about physical and mental health. That you're enlightening people about where you are in your journey and you feel like you're fully supported. Inner acceptance. Self-love. Right? Where you can be poured into, you can share with them. Heart chakra, where your head and heart are no longer at war with each other. Matter of fact, also on the community page, I did put something about the heart chakra there. What does it look like when it's aligned? That's also on the community page as well. So here we have Ace of, the Ace of Wands here. So someone is starting to learning how to adapt spiritually. Your spirit is learning how to adapt. You have a lot of ideas. You're not judging anybody, but somebody is learning how to connect the dots, right? You're learning how to connect the dots. The spirituality and your spirituality. And again, with no judgment whatsoever. You're learning to be at peace. You're connecting the dots. You're learning how to be at peace with yourself. Being very fair-minded, connecting the dots, and getting your rest. Yeah. That's how justice is in your favor, because you're learning to say, you're connecting the dots here. You're saying, okay, I grew up one way, but I'm also a spiritual being as well. So I don't have to judge like grandma, granddad's way of practicing something with your journey where you are right now. You don't have to judge them, but you can say, well, whatever, you actually grew up a certain way. You can actually appreciate and embrace how you were raised. You can appreciate and embrace how you were raised. You don't have to judge anybody. You can appreciate it. You don't have to be in a nightmare. You can wake up from a nightmare. You can appreciate it. You can talk about how you appreciate it. That is a part of receiving self-love. You can appreciate how you embrace. That's how you see people on social media. They actually appreciate like where they are on their journey. You don't have to. That's how some people get it mixed up. You don't have to do that. There it is. Here's the High Priestess. Yeah. You can appreciate your downloads and dreams that you're getting, but you can also say, okay, I'm having these downloads and dreams, and also thank Source. I'm having these downloads and dreams, but Source, give me the physical evidence of these downloads and dreams that I'm having. I had a dream about something, right? I had a dream about something. Show me the physical evidence of it. That's how justice is in your favor. Because otherwise, you'll have these energies putting all these ideas in your head that somebody is a nightmare to you. Somebody is a nightmare. People keep telling you, they keep talking about you can't even sleep because you're getting all day, just a nightmare. And that's all you keep hearing. They're a nightmare. They are a nightmare. I wish they would just shut up. They are a nightmare. You got to keep hearing about this a nightmare. When everybody, this is intuition. High priestess energy is intuition. That's it. That's it. But you between two salamanders, putting a fire to you, telling you a bunch of lies. When, here's the truth of the matter, somebody has a man in their family who is no longer alive, possibly an uncle in your family who is no longer alive. If you go back and look at some obituaries who practice metaphysics, start looking up metaphysics. Who these two salamanders are not telling you about. So this is something is very personal. Somebody in your family, it's a man. Something about your spirit actually resembles somebody that these salamanders are not telling you about. So these salamanders have a very, very vicious spirit towards a high priestess, a light high priestess, and it's causing you nightmares. They're not telling you about somebody, but if you go online and look up somebody's obituary, this person that you resemble, if you look up their obituary, there's a lot of people that practice metaphysics. They studied metaphysics, which I mentioned a lot on my channel. I teach it in my they looked at metaphysics. These energies got an issue with they have a issue with this person, with a person. That's why it's causing you nightmares. That's the real reason. Because we're talking about, that's why you're getting a message. Page energy is messenger energy. That's why it's sending you a message. But if you go online, YouTube, Google, and a lot of people's obituary is online. Our loved ones who transition, or look up some of your loved ones online. You'll see metaphysics, somebody who transitioned, and their obituary is metaphysics. Yeah. So yeah. 3 right here looks like lips. Right? Looks like lips. So there's a lot of conversations. You're going to be grateful that something is behind you when you physically do the work. That's the other side of high priestess. That's high priest. When you physically do the work, you do the work. You take yourself online and go look up loved ones who practice in the spiritual sense, in the religious part of it. They looked up stuff they did. They physically put the work in. That's going to put somebody's mind at ease and let you know this something is personal. Somebody absolutely hates that someone is a light high priestess, and they hate that you actually inherited a gift. It's something that people don't want you to remember. You're getting all these downloads to your dreams. I've talked to enough of you all Capricorns to know how highly spiritually gifted you all, because y'all be having me cracking up laughing, by the way. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I talked to enough of you all on the phone. Y'all had me cracking up laughing. Y'all know who I'm talking to. Had me cracking up, like tears coming out my eyes laughing. Y'all probably laughing while y'all watching this video because you know who I'm talking about. But a lot of y'all family members have practiced several different disciplines, and metaphysics is one of them, where you're a lot more comfortable with watching, just watching tarot, where you don't feel like you're like, I gotta do this or this. You don't feel like, okay, I feel bad for watching such and such. You actually feel more empowered because you're educating yourself. So then when you're talking about different things, you're like, oh, no, this, I can connect this dot and this dot and this dot and this dot. You only feel like you're having nightmares because you haven't physically gone online and done the work. done the studying. That's why. That's the only reason why. You don't have to demonize one over the other. You don't. You really don't. I'm telling you, it's all love. It really is. It's all love. It's really how somebody approaches it. You got to approach it with peace. Really with peace. It's like, and with reverence and respect. You respect one. Oh, you respect. Okay, you respect this. You respect that. You respect this and respect that. So you between two energies that hates someone. That's what it is. They hate somebody. So you're going to feel very fortunate that you got yourself online and started doing some research on your own family. That's what you're going to feel very fortunate about. Stop just standing there in receiving mode. Just stop being in receiving mode. Get online and do research on your own family members. A lot of us have family members that practice other disciplines, and it's like, okay, you heard about them. Do your own research. So everybody, you watching this video, you're probably over 18 years old. Go research your own family members. A lot of people's family members are amazing. They studied a lot of different things, very smart, well-degreed, all of that. Go do the research. You're going to be like, oh my God, I had no idea. Nobody told me this. That's when it's going to click like a big bell went off in somebody's head. Okay, this is personal. They don't like this person. That's what this is really all about. That's what's going to really empower you. Okay, then it's going to take you down this journey of learning more about this discipline, this discipline, this discipline, this discipline. Okay, now I see a lot of things tied in. Then you're going to start having more educated conversations where you won't feel the need to be upset and angry because somebody believes this or they believe that. It's like, okay, that's a choice. Okay, they believe this, they believe, okay, I believe this. Okay, so now let's have an educated conversation about it. The end. That's going to stop the nightmares right there. That's going to help you move on from the heartbreak and deep disappointment. That's why I don't have to demonize anybody on my channel. I don't have to say anything negative about what somebody believes on my channel at all. Nothing. That's what's going to get you right to the Queen of Swords. You can carefully vet your thoughts and adjust your crown and not say anything negative about what people believe. That is what's going to get you to Queen of Swords. Because every time you try to get some rest, you got to be sandwiched between somebody who is stalking. They're obsessed. You're stalking somebody's, whatever people are saying. And that's all they're talking about. They got all these ideas. Well, they saying this and they saying that, and they need to be restricted, and they got all these, they don't know what they talking about. I don't know who people are watching for somebody. I don't know because I'm talking to you all. They need to be restricted. Who needs to be restricted? Somebody need to stop watching. They need to stop going down rabbit holes. Whoever these two energies are, they need to stop going down rabbit holes. Because something is overwhelming them. Because it looks like somebody already did the shadow work. So yeah. Yeah, somebody already did the shadow work. So you, Capricorn, like I said, need to do the shadow work. You do the shadow work. Like I said, you don't even need to overthink this. You don't need to overthink this. Go online and pull your family tree. Start looking up some of your family members who were deeply spiritual or religious. They may have served in whatever community they were in. Start looking up the ones that's not still, alive, or the ones who are still alive. Ask them, like, did you go to seminary? What were some of your classes? What did you study? What was that all about? Or if there was any family members who studied certain things, what did they study? What was the classes about? They will tell you. They will tell you what was some of the classes about. It's too much talk about people need to be restricted. Too much talk. That's what this right here. Too much talk about somebody need to be restricted. There's somebody trying to bully somebody. about a lease. Somebody feeling like somebody need a whole new lease on life. Somebody need to be there because they don't know what they talking about. They need to be restricted. They don't know who they are. Like obsessed, literally obsessed. Mm-hmm. Somebody's trying to do some kind of legal action. They're trying to restrict somebody. Mm-hmm. It's judgment. What I say? Obsession. That's what the judgment card is. Judgment card speaks to an obsession, right? So something very unhealthy, something very wounded, about, like I said, an obsession. But you're going to feel very fortunate. Like I said before, very fortunate when you do the work. When you do the work. You do the work. Stop overthinking something. Stop engaging in conversation around spirituality and religion. And you put the work in, Capricorn. You put the work in. You put the work in. Hopefully this is helpful. Because that's going to shine a light on everything. Start being more meticulous about putting in the work. Start putting the work in, right? Because that's the path and that's the journey that you're on. You inherited High Priestess gifts. You inherited this intuition. You're incredibly smart. There's a lot of conversation going on around you. But it's also, you're not being given time to process your intuition. You're not being time to process it. And again, find out what your moon sign is, doing things that pour into yourselves, whether it's through music, listening to water sound, whatever your, go to Google, type in how to nurture, whatever your moon sign is for your gender. That's one thing you can do, listening to water sounds at night. But Source is trying to help you balance some things out. Source is trying to help you to balance some things out. And then you see this water here too, especially because it looks like you're separated from something. You're separated by a large body or separated by water from something that you feel, that you really feel nurtured by, separated. So, so yeah. So it looks like, you know, some energies, are you stuck between fire energy, like separated by some kind of inspired action. Yeah. So it could be Leo or something around you that you're trying to close out a chapter with. Yeah, you're trying to vibrate higher. It's like somebody's trying to vibrate higher. So somebody could be, like I said before, you're getting a lot of messages or something downloaded into you, where you're you know, like I said. Yeah, somebody's trying to get you to, like I said, going back to doing something like getting into an argument with somebody, or like trying to use you as a pawn, playing some kind of mind games or whatever. I can tell you that's not going to work. That's not going to tell you that right now. That's not going to work. Trying to get you to argue with somebody, that's not going to work. Yeah. Somebody trying to get you, somebody trying to manipulate you, trying to get you to argue with somebody. I can tell you that's not going to work at all. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Somebody trying to get you to travel. Somebody trying to get you to travel to somebody to argue or something. Yep. Somebody trying to get you to travel somebody's home to you know, argue about something. So 4, 6. Yep, didn't really just didn't garner any, didn't get a whole lot of results before, won't get a whole lot of results, you know, just won't get a whole lot of results. And the reason why it won't, like I said before, is because it's too much agape love in the midst, right? And so, um, the spirit of love, and I'm talking about agape love, talking about source, just takes over. Like I said, receive self love, receive self love. And remember, your health is a priority. Your body is your temple. Your body is your temple. And that's your mental health and your physical health. And part of it is, again, like I said before, is you got to know what that in the midst of something, someone sees someone you love as competition. That's what it really boils down to. There's two energies that you love that see somebody as competition. And it's heartbreaking for you. It almost seems like an injustice because your heart is in the right place. Your heart is in the right place. And you would rather everybody just gets along. Whoever, I don't know who I'm talking to, because I like I said, I've talked to quite a few of you all who have that same, you all have that same heart. Y'all have that same, I'm telling you, I talked to enough of you all. Y'all have that same heart. Y'all want everybody to get along. And I've talked to some of you all's family members too. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like some of y'all spouses and stuff like that. Y'all, it's heartbreaking for some of you all loved ones to see it. Like, but y'all want everybody to get along. And that's not how it works all the time. So I see the prayer warrior coming out of you all, but it's, yeah. Best thing you all are going to do, like I said, a lot of you all come from families where, and I'm talking about like generationally. That's why you have the judgment card out, because judgment card is a generational card. Like let's say Pluto, which is a judgment card, Uranus, which is the Fool card, Neptune, which is a generational card. And let me see, Saturn is also a generational card. A lot of people come from a long line of spiritual leaders, whatever spiritual leaders, like religious leaders, different disciplines, different belief systems, like leaders, like people who have run organizations, whatever kind of organizations. A lot of people don't know about, just the rules and how things were structured. A lot of people just don't take the time to do the background study to find out, oh wow, you didn't know your uncle or aunt or this belonged to this organization. Didn't even take the time, just going off of what you heard. People who are familiar, looking at who was better, who knew this more than somebody else. Just chaos and confusion. Take the time to do the work and you will feel 1,000% better. Full stop the confusion. This is going to help somebody significantly. That's what's going to help you. Inner acceptance. Receive self-love. Start with your moon sign. Learn how to water yourself. But in the meantime, we're closing out the cycle. Full stop everything from everybody and say, listen, if I'm not, first rule, if I'm not getting from you what I've got, what I've given to you, then I'm going to have to redefine something. I'm going to have to redefine this friend, whatever this is. That's first and foremost. Friend, family, whatever, right? Show the world the real you. You are a humanitarian. That's right. You're a person who operates in a spirit of love. You're here on a mission to love. Right? So right now, so stay in the present. Don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. That's right. You're operating in a spirit of love. You're not a robot that can be bullied and pushed around. I hope nobody's arm is in a sling. What in the world? I hope this is just on the card. I hope this is actually not helping it happening to somebody. I hope nobody's being bullied. Here we have dream journal. Dream journal. Yeah, if somebody has to do all of that to you to force you to do something like right away, then I can tell y'all this right now. If somebody is forcing you all to do something to a loved one, they have physical evidence of something. I'm telling you. There's something, some people are obsessed with something. Some people are obsessed with something. This is an upset. That's why whenever you see the judgment card, even if you're a cross watcher, no matter what zodiac sign you watch, because people cross watch their moon sign, love, Venus, whatever. Even if you're a cross watcher for another zodiac sign, I'm telling you, if you're a cross watcher for, and you see the judgment card come out, the hidden piece of a judgment card is obsession. Somebody is obsessed with restricting somebody, with restricting you and restricting somebody else. And it is heartbreaking for you. That's why it came out in your cards. And this is somebody who is cold-hearted and a master manipulator. And two people are at the helm of it. It is a Taurus and it is a Pisces. Somebody has a Taurus and Pisces somewhere. This is right here. You're going to feel very fortunate. There is a Sagittarius involved in something here. The Sagittarius is involved in something. That's kind of seeing some things at a higher frequency. But like I said before, I feel like somebody is being bullied into something. But yeah, some kind of an obsession has been going on for far too long. Yeah, some kind of an obsession has been going on for far too long. And instead of something being done in love, something is being done out of an obsession. So, yep, that is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been as helpful. Here's some questions for you as you continue on and you're getting ready for Uranus going station direct on the 30th. Here's a question for you as you focus on your mission, which is far greater than you think as a humanitarian. First question is, what can you do to use your passion for serving on a large scale? The second question is, are you creating space for yourself to connect with your inner alchemist and innovator? The third question is, are you ready to think outside the box and delete old beliefs and rules to write your own? Fourth is using technology a drain or gain for you. And then last but not least is, are you ready to start a group in your community to initiate and create positive change on a local or global scale? And what could the focus be? What could the focus be? All right. All right. I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it. Yep, I think that is it. I think that's it. Let me see if there's any last messages for you here. I think that's it. PayPal. Yeah. So yeah, like I said before, it looks like you and someone are light high priestess. It's like you, like I said, this is a gift that you inherited. And like I said, I've talked to enough of you all to know that you all are highly gifted. Like you all are really, really highly gifted. I'm quite sure somebody, and I'm not going to name the name of a person in particular I talked to recently, mentioned how they started remembering some things that when they were a kid and their family was just shocked that they remember them. So you know who you are. But I definitely feel like you and somebody would kind of sort of be back in the saddle again because of just how enlightened you all are. But again, when you with high priestess gifts, the other side of it is just really thanking source, not asking, but just thanking source in advance for the physical evidence of something. Like, okay, I know you're not, the gift didn't just come from you. Like, okay, now you want the physical evidence of something. Like, okay, you got something, you got this gift. Okay, so show me the physical evidence of it. Okay, yeah, and that's how it's gonna put you back in the saddle again. Like, you know, you're not going crazy. What's the physical evidence of it? Source says, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked, right? So yeah, you go back to your memory. Right, you go back. That's how you have a breakthrough. That's how somebody's gonna have a breakthrough. So you can move on from people being shady towards you. Yes, you can move on from people being shady. That's how family members. That's how family members will be looking at you like, how do you remember that address? How you were so young and you remember that? How you remember this? How you remember that? Like, yeah, I remember so and so. You start remembering colors. You start remembering such and such. It was the Empress card. Yeah, start remembering things. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing for you. That is what I'm seeing for you. Yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you. Yeah. So. Yeah. Because there's definitely been a lot of energies lying about you, you know, behind your back. About you and somebody behind your back, which has been, you know, very painful. And while you've been praying for people, there's been some energies that's been praying on you and somebody behind your back, unfortunately. So that's going to end. That is going to end. It is going to end. It's a shame that you're praying for people and they're praying on you behind. That's going to end. That's going to end. Right? You're going to end up putting some stuff into a burning bowl and moving on with your life. That's how you're going to break a karmic cycle. That is how you're going to break a karmic cycle. Yeah. That is going to push you right to where you've been trying to be the whole time, which is light side of Emperor energy. The light side of Emperor energy. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully those questions have helped you. But like I said, on 12525, I did put some information on the community page there. I feel like that you all, everybody has inherited a lot of gifts from both sides of your family. I think it's a matter of just doing the work, like for real. Looking up stuff, you know. A lot of y'all have, you know, information about loved ones and asking family members, okay, if the ones that's still alive, this one go to seminary, what they practice in school, what classes did they take, you know, what did it entail, you know, where did I inherit this gift from, who played these instruments, who knew how to sing, you know, what did they practice in school, what got them into this. Like, start asking questions. Start asking questions. That is what I have for you. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.